Welcome to the Man of Recaps. This is the Harry Potter movies as a bedtime story. The first movie is Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Once upon a time, there was a boy named Harry Potter who lived in the cupboard under the stairs. He lives with his evil aunt and uncle, the Dursleys, who treat Harry very poorly. One day, a letter comes for Harry Potter, delivered by an owl. His uncle Vernon tries to tear these letters up, but more letters keep coming. Eventually, the letter is delivered in person by the friendly half-giant Hagrid. It is an acceptance letter to the Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. That's right, you're a wizard, Harry. Yes, magic is real, and all around us muggles is the wonderful wizarding world. Hagrid takes Harry to Diagon Alley, where he can shop for school supplies. Harry visits Ollivander's wand shop, where he receives his magic wand. They also stop at the Wizard's Bank of Gringotts, which is run by goblins. Turns out Harry's parents were wizards too, and they left Harry a lot of money. Yes, Harry's parents did not die in a car crash. They were killed by a dark wizard, Lord Voldemort. He was so terrible that wizards no longer speak his name. He's only referred to as He Who Shall Not Be Named. But Voldemort was defeated that night when he tried to kill baby Harry. For reasons unknown, the spell backfired, leaving Harry alive with his iconic lightning bolt scar. So Harry boards the train to Hogwarts, which departs from the magically hidden platform 9 3/4. Here he meets his new best friend, the red-haired Ron Weasley, and Hermione Granger, a very smart girl who did all the reading over the summer. And so we arrive at Hogwarts, a wonderful, mysterious, magical castle. The headmaster is Albus Dumbledore, the wisest, kindest, most powerful wizard alive. They bring out the sorting hat, which will sort our first-year students into Hogwarts' 4 houses. Draco Malfoy, Harry's blonde-haired bully, is sorted into Slytherin for the cunning and ambitious. But Harry, Ron, and Hermione are sorted into Gryffindor for the brave and good of heart. And so we begin learning magic. You swish and flick your magic wand. It's Leviosa, not Leviosa. But Harry is most excited for the wizard sport Quidditch, where you fly on broomsticks. Harry turns out to be a naturally gifted seeker, whose job is to catch the golden snitch. There's some great teachers here, like the stern but fair Professor McGonagall, who can shapeshift into a cat. But there's also bad teachers, like the sinister Severus Snape. For reasons unknown, he hates Harry especially, so Harry always believes that Snape is the bad guy. Snape teaches potions, though he really wants to teach defense against the dark arts. But that job is cursed. No one lasts more than a year. This year, the teacher is the mild-mannered Professor Quirrell, who always wears a turban. Hogwarts can be a dangerous place. On Halloween, a troll is on the loose. Harry, Ron, and Hermione end up trapped with it in the bathroom. Luckily, they've learned enough magic to knock this thing out. Hagrid is the Hogwarts groundskeeper, and one night he and Harry venture into the Forbidden Forest. They discover a strange specter drinking unicorn blood, and Harry realizes this must be the spirit of Voldemort, plotting his return. He's hunting for the Sorcerer's Stone, which can grant eternal life. To learn more, our trio will need to sneak in to the library's restricted section. Luckily, Harry's father left him his old invisibility cloak. They discover the Sorcerer's Stone is hidden right here at Hogwarts. It's guarded by Hagrid's pet Fluffy, a huge 3-headed dog. But tonight someone has put Fluffy to sleep. They're trying to steal the stone right now. So it's up to Harry, Ron, and Hermione to stop them. They face a series of challenges, including a life-sized game of deadly wizard's chess. Harry makes it to the end, where he expects to find Professor Snape. But the bad guy is actually Professor Quirrell. His turban is hiding the face of Lord Voldemort, possessing the back of his head. He attacks Harry, but the spell Harry's mother cast on him to protect him from Voldemort is still active. Powered by a mother's love, it turns Quirrell to dust, and Lord Voldemort is thwarted for now. So the day is saved, except Slytherin won the House Cup. But with the extra points to Harry for saving the world, Gryffindor wins. Movie 2 is Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Over the summer, Harry spends time with Ron and the rest of the Weasley family. His older brothers, the twins, Fred and George, are big practical jokers, and his younger sister, Ginny Weasley, is coming to Hogwarts this year. The Weasleys don't have much money, but they are rich in love. Unlike Draco Malfoy's father, Lucius Malfoy, who is very rich but very awful. Instead of taking the train this year, Harry and Ron drive to Hogwarts in the Weasleys' flying car. Unfortunately, they crash it into the Whomping Willow. Their new defense against the dark arts professor is Gilderoy Lockhart. He is a celebrity wizard who has written many books, but he turns out to be completely incompetent. All his books are lies. Earlier, Harry got a visit from a house elf named Dobby. He warned Harry of a sinister plot at Hogwarts this year, but he couldn't say any more. And indeed, someone has opened the Chamber of Secrets, unleashing the monster of Salazar Slytherin, which begins petrifying students. Harry suspects Draco Malfoy, so he, Ron, and Hermione brew Polyjuice Potion to infiltrate the Slytherin common room. But it seems Draco is innocent, and Hermione's potion failed when a cat hair got in it. Now Harry receives help from the ghost of the girls' bathroom, Moaning Myrtle. Someone had just discarded a magic diary holding the spirit of an old student named Tom Riddle. He tells Harry about the last time the Chamber of Secrets was opened, and the culprit was Hagrid. Hagrid loves dangerous creatures and tried to befriend the monster, a giant spider named Aragog. But turns out Hagrid was framed. The real monster is a giant snake, a basilisk. Harry Potter can talk to snakes, which turns out is a rare ability called Parseltongue, and it is the key to unlocking the Chamber of Secrets. Down in the chamber, Harry finds an unconscious Ginny Weasley. She was the one who first found Tom Riddle's diary, and he used her to open the chamber. And now he's draining her life force to bring himself back to life. That's right, Tom Riddle is more famous by another name. He is Lord Voldemort. He sets loose the basilisk to attack Harry, but Harry gets help from Dumbledore's Phoenix Fox, which brings him the Sword of Gryffindor. So Harry Potter defeats the basilisk and destroys Tom Riddle's diary, so Voldemort is thwarted once again. At the end, we learn Dobby is the house elf of Lucius Malfoy. It was he who set this plot in motion by giving the diary to Ginny Weasley. But now Harry tricks him into giving Dobby a sock. This releases him from his service, and Dobby is free. Movie 3 is Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. A dangerous prisoner, Sirius Black, has just escaped from the wizard's prison, Azkaban, and he might be coming for Harry. Turns out it was Sirius Black who betrayed Harry's parents to Voldemort. So hunting for Sirius at Hogwarts this year are the Azkaban guards, the Dementors. They are terrible creatures who feed on hope and happiness, and for some reason they're attacking Harry Potter. But Harry is saved by this year's Defense Against the Dark Arts professor, Remus Lupin. Lupin is a great teacher and a great person who was best friends with Harry's father back in the day. He teaches Harry the charm to protect against Dementors, Expecto Patronum. Third-year students are allowed to visit the nearby village of Hogsmeade. It's a cozy Christmas village where kids can enjoy their signature drink, butterbeer. But Harry isn't allowed to go. His Uncle Vernon wouldn't sign the permission slip. But Harry is saved by Fred and George Weasley, who give Harry the Marauder's Map. It reveals all of the secret passages in Hogwarts, allowing Harry to sneak out. But now Harry is found by a giant black dog, which is the animagus form of Sirius Black. And Professor Lupin is helping him. Turns out they were best friends. But Sirius isn't after Harry Potter. He's after Ron's pet rat, Scabbers, who turns out is the animagus form of their other friend, Peter Pettigrew. It was Peter Pettigrew who betrayed the Potters to Voldemort. Sirius Black is innocent. But tonight it is the full moon, and Lupin is a werewolf. He loses control and injures Sirius, and Peter Pettigrew escapes. Now Harry and Sirius are found by a huge swarm of Dementors. Harry's Patronus isn't strong enough, he can't fight them all. But Harry is saved by a mysterious figure across the lake who casts a massive Patronus. With Peter Pettigrew escaped, Sirius can't prove his innocence. He's going to be executed. But Hermione has a plan to save him using her Time Turner, which she's been using this year to go back in time and take extra classes. She and Harry travel back to find out who cast that Patronus. But when no one else arrives, Harry realizes it was he who cast the Patronus, saving himself in a time loop. And now they help Sirius Black escape on the Hippogriff Buckbeak. Movie 4 is Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. This year, Hogwarts is hosting the Triwizard Tournament. 2 other schools have come to participate, the all-girls school from France with the beautiful Fleur de la Cour, and the all-boys school from Bulgaria with the Quidditch star Victor Crumb. Harry is too young to participate. The Hogwarts champion is the Hufflepuff Cedric Diggory. But the Goblet of Fire spits out a 4th name. It is Harry Potter. Clearly something is amiss, but they let Harry participate. The tournament is incredibly dangerous. The very first task sets Harry against a dragon. Harry manages to win with a lot of luck, but mostly a lot of help from this year's Defense Against the Dark Arts professor, Mad-Eye Moody. Moody is a veteran Auror, the police who fight dark wizards. But he's acting erratically. He may be a little crazy. This year is the Yule Ball, Hogwarts' first school dance. Yes, our kids have grown up into teenagers, and they're interested in romance. Ron and Hermione argue all the time, but they secretly like each other. But they don't know how to tell each other yet, so Hermione goes to the dance with Victor Crumb. Harry has a crush on the Ravenclaw Cho Chang, but Harry is no good at talking to girls yet either. She goes with Cedric Diggory. The final challenge in the tournament is a deadly hedge maze. Harry and Cedric only make it by working together, so they agree to take the trophy at the same time. But the trophy transports them to an ominous graveyard. Here waiting for them is Peter Pettigrew with a baby Voldemort. Yes, entering Harry in the tournament was all a trap to bring him here, because Harry's blood is the last ingredient to bring Voldemort back to life. Now he's ready to finish what he started years ago and kill Harry Potter. But something strange happens when their magics interact. Turns out Harry's wand is the twin wand to Voldemort's, and they cannot fight each other. In the confusion, Harry manages to escape. Unfortunately, Cedric Diggory was not so lucky. Peter Pettigrew kills him. The bad guy who set up this evil plan was Mad-Eye Moody. But that's not the real Moody. He's been drinking Polyjuice Potion. All year, he's been impersonated by one of Voldemort's loyal followers, a Death Eater. But now this guy's under arrest, and the real Moody is saved. Movie 5 is Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. Lord Voldemort has returned, but Harry was the only one to have seen him, and the Ministry of Magic doesn't believe him. But a group of wizards does believe him, the Order of the Phoenix. They're the group that fought Voldemort years ago, led by Dumbledore. It includes all our friends like Sirius Black, Remus Lupin, and originally Harry's parents. Harry wants to stay and fight, but for now he has to go back to school. This year, the Defense Against the Dark Arts professor is Dolores Umbridge. She is a terrible teacher and a terrible person. She works for the Ministry and enacts all sorts of new strict rules at Hogwarts. Umbridge won't teach them any practical defense magic, so Harry takes it upon himself. He forms a secret club called Dumbledore's Army. Harry shares what he's learned with new friends like the dorky Neville Longbottom and the quirky Luna Lovegood. They meet in the secret Room of Requirement, which turns into whatever you need it to be. Now, through Harry's scar, he has a connection to Voldemort, and now he has a vision that Voldemort will attack the Hall of Prophecy. So Harry assembles Dumbledore's army and travels there to stop him. But it was a trap. The Death Eaters are already here. They're led, of course, by Draco's father, Lucius Malfoy, and Bellatrix Lestrange, Sirius Black's cruel cousin and Voldemort's most loyal follower. But now the Order of the Phoenix arrives for a big wizard's fight. In the end, the good guys win, but not before Bellatrix hits Sirius with the killing curse of Avada Kedavra. And so, tragically, Sirius Black dies. Now Voldemort comes in person, but Dumbledore comes to stop him. They fight to a stalemate, so for now Voldemort retreats. But the Ministry of Magic has now seen him. They have to admit that Voldemort is back. Movie 6 is Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. Voldemort has returned. But for now, school continues at Hogwarts as they welcome their new teacher, Professor Slughorn. In fact, Slughorn is a returning teacher. He was the potions master for many years, which means this year's Defense Against the Dark Arts professor is finally Severus Snape. Harry has never stopped believing that Snape is secretly evil, but Dumbledore, for some reason, trusts Snape 100%. Professor Slughorn teaches potions and offers as a prize a bottle of Felix Felicis, a luck potion. Harry is not normally very good at potions, but today he borrows an old second-hand book, which was property of the Half-Blood Prince. It's full of notes in the margins explaining how to brew potions better than the textbook. And so Harry wins the Felix Felicis. It is an exciting year for Quidditch, as Harry is team captain. Ron joins the team this year, but he's very nervous. So before their first game, Harry pretends to give Ron the luck potion. This boosts his confidence, and Ron does great. Now Ron gets a girlfriend, much to the dismay of Hermione, who has realized she likes him. Ginny Weasley is also on the Quidditch team, and as she and Harry spend more time together, they realize they like each other. Meanwhile, Dumbledore and Harry have been looking through old memories, hoping to learn more about Lord Voldemort. Turns out Professor Slughorn might know something important, but Harry has to convince him to share the memory willingly. So now Harry drinks the Felix Felicis. Following where he feels lucky, he heads to Hagrid's hut. Hagrid holds a funeral for the giant spider Aragog, which Professor Slughorn joins. By the end of the evening, both of them are quite drunk, and Harry manages to convince Slughorn to hand over the memory. Turns out Tom Riddle had asked Slughorn about a rare dark magic called a Horcrux. It involves breaking off a piece of your soul and putting it in an object. This explains Voldemort's immortality. He cannot be defeated until all 7 Horcruxes are destroyed. Now Dumbledore thinks he knows where one is, and he brings Harry to a scary dark cave. It's guarded by the undead, but Dumbledore fights them off, and they retrieve the locket. But when they return to Hogwarts, Draco Malfoy is waiting for them. He's followed in his father's footsteps and joined the Death Eaters. And Voldemort has given Draco the task to kill Dumbledore. But Draco can't go through with it. Though he's been a bully, he's not evil at heart. So it falls to an adult Death Eater to step in, and it is Severus Snape. Dumbledore still trusts him, but Snape casts Avada Kedavra, and Snape kills Dumbledore. Harry tries to curse Snape with a spell he learned from the Half-Blood Prince's potion book, but Snape counters it easily. Turns out Snape was the Half-Blood Prince. Movie 7 is Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, Part 1. Harry has still been living with his aunt and uncle. Turns out he was magically protected there until his 18th birthday. But now he has to move, and the Order of the Phoenix comes to help. They all drink Polyjuice Potion to make decoy Harry Potters. The Death Eaters attack, but Harry makes it to the safety of the Weasleys' house. But soon it isn't safe there either. The magic wards go down when the Ministry of Magic falls. Yes, Voldemort has taken over through his puppet government, including Dolores Umbridge. Turns out the locket Horcrux they found was fake. Umbridge has the real one. So Harry, Ron, and Hermione brew some more Polyjuice Potion to infiltrate the Ministry and steal that locket back. Horcruxes are not easily destroyed, but eventually they find the Sword of Gryffindor, which will do the trick. So for a while, our trio is hiding in the woods as they do research to find more Horcruxes. But eventually they're captured and brought to the Malfoy's house. But Harry's saved by an old friend, Dobby the house elf, who gets our crew to safety. But Dobby was hit, and tragically he dies. Movie 8 is Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, Part 2. Harry learned of another Horcrux in Bellatrix Lestrange's vault at Gringotts Bank. It's the goblet of Helga Hufflepuff, one of Hogwarts' founders. The vault is guarded by a dragon, but Harry and friends free the dragon and ride it to safety. Voldemort's final Horcruxes are hidden at Hogwarts. Things have been bad at Hogwarts with their new headmaster, Severus Snape. But now Harry Potter returns, and with help from Professor McGonagall, they kick Snape out. Meanwhile, Voldemort knows that he can't fight Harry with his wand, so he searches for the Elder Wand that cannot be beaten, one of the legendary Deathly Hallows. Turns out the Elder Wand's previous owner was Dumbledore, so now Voldemort claims it. He gathers his forces for the final battle, the Battle of Hogwarts. Our heroes fight valiantly, while Harry, Ron, and Hermione destroy the last Horcruxes. And now, finally, Ron and Hermione realize they're in love. Now there's only one Horcrux left, Voldemort's snake, Nagini. The fight comes to a stalemate, as Voldemort learns the Elder Wand is not working correctly. Turns out it only answers to the wizard who won it in battle, and it was Snape who killed Dumbledore. Although he's been a loyal servant to claim the wand for himself, Voldemort kills Snape. But Harry finds him as he's dying, and he shares a memory. When he was young, he was in love with Harry's mother, Lily. And though she chose Harry's father, Snape never stopped loving her. When Voldemort first came to power, an angry Snape joined him and became a Death Eater. But when Voldemort killed Lily, Snape was devastated. He rejected Voldemort and joined the good guys. But Dumbledore needed him to keep Voldemort's trust so he could spy undercover. So when Snape killed Dumbledore, it was on Dumbledore's orders. He really was good all along. Now Harry Potter goes to confront Voldemort himself. Voldemort hits him with the killing curse, but Harry doesn't die. Turns out, as a baby, Voldemort accidentally made Harry a Horcrux. His spell now killed that part of his soul, and Harry is okay. So Harry Potter gets back up for the final duel with Voldemort. Voldemort has the Elder Wand, which cannot be defeated. Except it was Draco Malfoy who claimed the wand when he disarmed Dumbledore. Then Harry disarmed Draco, making Harry Potter the true owner of the Elder Wand. Now Neville Longbottom slays Nagini, and without any Horcruxes left, Voldemort is defeated. So the day is saved, and our heroes all live happily ever after.